All right, what's going on, everybody? We are back with another episode of Everything Virtual. I'm here with Ronnie. Ronnie, how's it going?
It's going great. How's your Memorial Day weekend going?
It's been good, man. No complaints. The weather here in LA has been nice. I believe in the Midwest, you guys are going through a little bit of a heat wave as well, right?
Yeah, I guess where I'm at, it's nice weather outside, and it was actually kind of rainy today, but
Uh-huh.
otherwise, like it's perfect. It's yeah,
Okay.
it's
I
it's
was
nice.
I was chatting with my family in Chicago, and I know it was like 80 degrees, almost
Oh
like
wow.
summer like weather, 80 and humid. So
Okay.
hopefully they're enjoying themselves over there. And yeah, man, it sucks the weekend is coming to a close, but at least it's a short week up ahead.
Yeah, agreed.
So cool. Well, we are going to jump right into it, guys. We are still on a Memorial Day crunch schedules, trying to get the last few minutes or hours of time with family. But we wanted to come to you guys with an episode today about the games that we've been playing, or at least over the past week or so. I'm going to dive in first. For me, this is something that we may have mentioned before,
Hmm.
but I have been spending a significant amount of time lately in Box VR, and I'm loving it. I've now that I'm kind of in the quarantine mindset and getting used to it,
Hmm.
I'm looking for other ways to work out. Just because I feel like getting back to the gym it's going to be a while before that becomes any type of normal.
Yeah.
And running outside and doing all these different things, I just felt like I've had Box VR for so long. I did like the workouts, or when we kind of played with it, way back when it was released. But I've actually been trying to get into it every day or every other day over the past week, and really dive into the workouts, see how strenuous they are, see how much of a I guess I can get out of it. And
Hmm.
I have been pleasantly surprised. So for those not familiar with Box VR, let me go ahead and share my screen here. I got it here on Steam, so you can see exactly what we're looking at and see hopefully some of the video there in the background. Let me go ahead and just refresh that. Boom. All right. So you can kind of see what it looks like. If you've played Audio Shield before, it's similar. And of course it has the same vibe as any type of audio game. Like Beat Saber, of course, is probably one that everybody's familiar with. But I like that, you can see there's dodging left and right, there's ducking, there's uppercuts and regular punches. And they tell you how to set your feet left and right.
I remember playing it, and I thought that was really smart because even like midway through, some of the songs will have you like change
They'll
your
have you
stance.
switch. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you usually spend, however long you're in, whatever workout. You'll usually they'll usually make sure that you're doing the same both right and left. So I mean, like I said, I was going through it and reading through some of the specs. I think it's like 20 hours of workouts that they have on there, and that's
Wow.
just the base game. And there's like 150 tracks. So in terms of the depth of the games, or in depth of the workouts, I feel like, I feel like I'm only scratching the surface, and there's definitely a lot that I can continue to do or get better at over time, or increase the difficulty. So for me, there's a lot of replay value there, simply because of what I'm trying to get out of it. Right, I'm in there. It actually does make me sweat quite a bit,
Mhm.
and it's funny because I'm getting sore in muscles I don't normally use. Right, a lot of the back trap muscles that, just trying to put some energy and some weight into the punches to make it worthwhile. And so it's been a lot of fun. I have been pleasantly surprised with how it is, not as a game or as a social activity, but really trying to treat it as a workout. Right, like,
Mhm.
you can set goals in there. It does track your calories burned if you put, your metrics, height, weight, things like that. I have a fitness tracker that I use, which I think is a little bit better in terms of, it's tracking my pulse and movement. So
And there's
I
no
have
way to is there a way to link it or not? Not that you've seen.
I haven't messed with that. I don't believe there is. Although
Okay.
what I would like to check on is to see how many calories burned in there versus how many calories my wrist is my tracker is telling me, and
Yeah.
see just how close it is. So that might
Yeah.
be something I'll check out during the next workout and report back on. But
Okay.
it's nice because, like I said, you can set goals in there. They have different workout levels and lengths. So, I mean, I think you can go up to 20 minutes if you wanted to, or even over 20 minutes, or something as short as, the 5 to 7 minute range. So for me, what I've been trying to do is really focus on, first thing in the morning or whenever I have some time. It's nice to be able to go in there and be like, okay, I can, I have time for a 11-minute workout. I can choose an
Yeah.
11-minute workout, jump in and out, and feel like I've been able to do something. And it's, I don't know, for me, like we've spoken on recent episodes, I feel like I'm rediscovering my love and relationship with VR again. So even jumping in for a short while and getting something out of it just feels fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just curious, like I know we pulled up the Steam page. Have you been playing it through your PC or on the Quest?
I'm glad you mentioned that. I've actually been playing it on the Quest. The
Okay.
only reason I brought up the Steam page is because the Steam auto plays the video, so I just wanted to
Yeah, yeah.
overlay that. But that is a good segue and transition to the fact that it is available on multiple platforms. So I have been playing it on Quest, but
No,
if you're look if you
Quest
have
would be a great way to play it, I would imagine.
yeah,
So,
and it's fantastic on Quest. The only time I've noticed any type of tracking issues, again, and this is a Quest specific issue, is mainly if the lights are off, right? Just because I think that really hinders the inside out tracking.
okay.
So
And I haven't had a chance to play like Supernatural or anything. I know I've played Box VR. I mean, it seems like the immediate appeal to something like Box VR for me, if you're looking for something fitness related in VR, is that it's just the upfront cost of the game. It's just a one-time fee. You don't have to pay monthly or anything like that. And I mean, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles of something like Supernatural. I know that game, like I know it at least has functionality, like
mhm,
you can, I think, set it up to work with like Apple watches
yeah,
for the pulse stuff, and I know it has like kind of mainstream songs like pop
mhm,
music and that sort of thing.
yep,
But I
yep,
mean, for someone just looking for a good workout, I haven't played it as much as you, but what I have played of it, it definitely got like I work out a lot, and it got
mhm,
my heart racing, and like
yeah.
it felt like a good workout to me. So
It's a good cardio workout. I mean, to your point, as you can see, there is extra content for the game there. I believe there's two kind of bundles,
okay,
and so there is extra stuff on there. What I do like is the fact that it is just a one time fee. Now, that's not to say we will try Supernatural at some point
yep,
to be able to do a full review or at least chat about it on our Game Talk episodes.
yeah,
But what I like about this is, $30. I'm not saying $30 is a lot or a little money. I'm sure that's really dependent on the person. But for $30, you can test out to see if you enjoy working out in VR. Because
yeah.
to me, this is a good workout. If
Hmm.
if you're even if you're not into boxing, because this is the first time I've done any type of boxing workout. If you're looking for something, it'll definitely get your heart rate up. It'll definitely be worth your while in terms of it being a cardiovascular, or having cardiovascular benefits for you.
Yeah.
um and for $30 you can try it out. If you don't like it, it's just a one-time sunk cost into it, but you'll have it for the rest of your life.
No, yeah.
Whereas we'll have to see how it compares to Supernatural, and that might be a good comparison. We can maybe do an episode on that in the future just to see
Yeah.
how it goes back and
No,
forth.
I'm
But
glad I'm glad you put time into it and got to play
yeah,
Box
yeah,
VR like more than just like because I think with these fitness games, I mean, yeah, you get an impression playing it once or twice, but like actually using it for kind of a more extended period of time to see how you like doing it is really, I think, the way to
yeah.
go, and it'll be an interesting comparison
Well,
to see.
I was just tired of doing push-ups in my bedroom.
Yeah, yeah,
Push-ups and squats, which another nice feature is there's like three different kind of virtual environments that you can go into. There's like a gym setting, just kind of an open, not arena, but just open room
space,
setting, and then
sure.
something that's more of it's an animated type of, almost think of like Beat Saber, just kind of being in an environment like that. So
Yeah,
you can change things up. For me, the novelty hasn't been lost yet. It's been a lot of fun jumping into it, and like I said, there's a lot of versatility. And especially with a headset like the Quest, is like I have a designated VR area. I can just throw it on, and it's like, okay, I got 15 minutes. Let's just jump right in. And
yeah,
I've been enjoying it immensely, and I think that I would highly recommend it for folks who are looking for a vehicle to use as a workout in VR. If you're
yeah.
looking at it as a game, and let me make this distinction here. If you're looking at it for like the fun kind of
Hmm.
gaming aspect of it,
Hmm.
I don't think you're going to beat something like a Beat Saber or even like an Audio Shield, simply because those are more designed for that. I think this, and even though the elements are very similar, if you go into it with the mindset of I want to get a good workout in VR, you're going to get one with this for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like that distinction too because that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, this is kind of the songs and the training that you're doing. They're designed to be a workout. It's really that's what
Yep.
it's really about.
Yep.
So
Yep. Cool,
cool.
man. Well, let's hear what you got going on.
All right, so yeah, so the two games I wanted to cover today are a little bit different, but I don't know. Like disclaimer, I don't want to necessarily encourage people to have their kids in VR for extended periods of time or anything like that. But for people out there that understand, the potential risks involved and all of that sort of thing, and are cool with get letting their kids experience VR from time to time, um, I wanted to cover a couple games that I thought are good games for kids. I mean, I've talked in the past about game, like I think like Vacation Simulator and
Mhm.
Job Simulator are two really great games for younger audiences. They have a lot of features that allow, like
Mhm.
they have I'm, I think like little people mode, or I forget what it's called. I think it's like small human mode or something. And so
Mhm.
literally you can shrink the scale of the game so that it works better for someone that's
Kids, yeah.
smaller and for kids. So those are great games too. But today I wanted to cover a couple that I've had a chance to play with my nieces and nephews recently that have had really like pretty good results. So I guess the first one, and this one is much more limited and much more, I think, for the more younger audience. So I mean, I don't want to give age limits. You can kind of figure that out for yourself, I think, if you go and check it out. But the first one is, yeah, I'll say Baby Shark VR Dancing is the, and yeah, this game, just happened to hear about it from, I think, Nathy or somebody on Twitter, as a VR YouTuber. And I don't think he had a chance to play it or anything like that, but he just was kind of pointing out that, like, look at this game that's about to come out.
Mhm.
And I knew right away, like, oh, this is something maybe my daughter will like. And it was only $10, which for what it is, I mean, $10 isn't like super cheap or anything. And it looks like it's on sale right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, I was gonna mention there's the Memorial Day sale, right? So
yeah.
it looks like it's 30% off as well.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean, realistically, I mean, basically what this game is it's kind of like an interactive music video. There's like two or three modes to the game. But the main mode involves like a mode where you just watch the song kind of transpire, the Baby Shark song with the sharks kind of swimming around you in VR, and and that's for kids that can just have the headset on their head but don't want to do anything with their controllers. That's perfect for them because they can get used to VR without having to do anything.
That's
There's a
cool.
s- yeah, there's a slightly more involved part of the game where you kind of have these like bubble blasters, and like it's showing you shoot the octopus. You just kind of shoot bubbles at the octopus until eventually it ends. It's not, I mean, for anyone that's used to games, I mean, there's nothing to this game whatsoever as far as like gameplay, really. But that's kind of the beauty of it, in my opinion, because I really have a hard time getting my really young daughter to be able to do anything in most games.
Mhm.
And this was like I could just throw her in, she got it right away, and she had a blast, and she was super excited about it, and she wants to play it over and over again. So it's one of those things like, yeah, it's $10. It's not super cheap or super expensive. It's like fine. But
Yeah.
if you have a kid that you want to experience, like you want them to be excited about VR and they like Baby Shark, like it's
Yeah.
kind of a
I mean,
no brainer in my
what kid doesn't, right?
yeah, exactly. Like this is kind of a no brainer in my opinion because yeah, like and with kids, like even if something, I mean, literally it's like a 5 minute long experience or 10
Mhm.
minute whatever, probably closer to five, but they'll play it over and over again.
Yeah.
Like they do not get bored of
The
this game.
replay
So
value would be phenomenal for
yeah,
sure.
so that's one. Like if you're just
Yeah.
if you're interested in letting a kid try VR, but they can't really do anything, like like as far as like game mechanic wise, this is a really cool one, and it's something
Mhm.
that kids are familiar with. Um, and then and if anybody out there was wondering, Baby Shark sounds phenomenal on the Valve Index over ear headphones or head speakers. But yeah, so that's Baby Shark VR. And then the other game I wanted to mention, which has a little bit more substance to it, is Acron Attack of the Squirrels. And yeah, with Acron, I mean, this is a game that is made by I guess Resolution Games. Is that what? Yeah,
Mhm.
Resolution Games. And they're the team behind. They've made more than just this, but I know them from before Acron. They were the ones that released the Angry Birds VR game, and
Okay.
they've released like more high profile games since then. So I don't want to like discredit some of the other VR titles, but I mean, I've liked a lot of the VR titles that they've put out. And what's really, really cool about Acron, it is very simple. So I think for most kids, like this is kind of the next step. One, like if they're a little bit more advanced in playing games like, Baby Shark, where they can't really do much, but you want them to kind of have fun in VR. This is a really cool way to play with your kids. Essentially, what you're able to do, there's one person that's in the headset, and they're a tree, and so their arms are like the big branches on a tree, and your whole goal in the game, the other players are squirrels, and they can play from cell phones.
I just saw that's actually a really cool feature.
Yeah, so you play on your, if you're a squirrel, you play on a phone or a tablet, and I know it's at least Android and Apple. So like most of all the kids that I've played with, they're all playing on Apple devices on iPhones.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you're a squirrel, you basically have to try to run at the tree and grab acorns from under the tree and then get them back to your base and score points. And as the tree, you're basically trying to grab and swat at away the squirrels and the other like little animals, and you can throw things at them. And so it's a lot, like kids have fun playing, like my nieces and nephews that are able to play the game. They're like, the older ones are better at playing the cell phone game.
Mm-hmm.
But it is pretty simple. I mean, it's literally just if you can move, if you know how to like move a character around with like a joystick, that's basically all you have to
Yeah.
do.
Oh yeah, I saw some of
And
the action on the phone. So
yeah, and on the phone, obviously, you just use your thumb on the screen of the phone to move the character around. But all the kids are able to be the tree, because basically with the tree, you're just grabbing and throwing stuff. So it's
Mhm.
really intuitive for them to like, oh look, it's a squirrel, and like grab at it, and
Mhm.
like, so like, even, yeah, very young kids can play it, and like, yeah, they have a ton of fun, and they love being the tree. And like I said, like my daughter, she'll get in it, and she's like, oh, like she thinks it's so cool that her hands are like, branches of a tree, and she's like, she thinks it's so funny when she grabs her cousins, and like, you know what I mean? They're like, let me go. And so like it's a lot of fun, and I mean it's a game that older grown-ups can play too and kind of have fun because they're able to interact with the person in VR. But I will
Mhm.
say the game is fairly simple. So I
Gotcha.
mean it's
Okay.
so I mean, I think for adults, it's, you're gonna have limited, like as far as if you can get it really cheap, it's kind of a cool, neat experience. But the game is pretty sparse in terms of what it's. So like I
Okay.
think it's better.
$20.
Yeah, so it's better for kids. I think it's better if you
Okay.
if you go into it buying it as it's kind of a neat asymmetrical like multiplayer experience that that everyone will be able to play together, and kids will play it over and over again, and like they always like my nieces and nephews can't wait to play
Right.
Acron. Like
Yeah.
they always want to play it. They're all like, and that's the only danger is like once you let them try it, then it's one of those things they're always gonna wanna, they're always gonna want to play. um, but yeah, but it's super fun. And the only other thing, I haven't had any problems with this, but just be careful. I think there are like, you can buy characters in the game, like
Mhm.
so just make sure that
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, make
Then
sure that your phone doesn't let kids like easily click on stuff
easily
to
buy stuff.
buy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes
but
sense.
yeah, but it's great.
You
I
you
think
know,
it's really cool for what it is.
this kind of takes me back, like 2016 or 2017, early on in VR. We were so excited about local multiplayer, and now
Yeah,
the element of being able to play with people on their phones,
yeah,
and multiple people, that's a cool development. So that's
super
actually a
cool.
really cool feature that I'm excited to see how that develops and evolves.
A
Just
hundred
because
percent.
you usually only have like one headset, but if you can rotate it around and get a bunch of people in to a game that's a little bit more involved than Acron, I think that
Yep.
could be really cool.
No,
So
100%. Like I hope that developers make, and for viewers out there or listeners that are listening, I mean, if you know of any other games that allow you to do cell phone like asymmetrical multiplayer, hit us up in the
yeah,
comments or something. Let us know, because
let us
we'd
know.
love to check out more. But yeah, like I think that's a really promising, because the thing is, like with computers and stuff, like if you're able to do asymmetrical multiplayer, like it is also cool to be able to do stuff on the computer. Like I know
Mhm.
Containment Initiative allows you to do that,
Yeah.
and then also like Panoptic. I remember like games where the someone can use the screen on the computer and someone is using the headset, to
Hmm.
play together. So that's nice. But this lets more than just two players play with each
Yeah,
other, and everybody has cell phones with them. So it's like it's yeah,
it's,
yeah,
e- it's easier to jump
yeah,
in.
and it's for if you buy the game in VR, the client one that you play on your cell phones, it's for free. So you
Oh,
can
okay,
install it. Yeah,
that
so
makes
you can
sense.
install it on as many cell phones as you want. And I don't remember what the limit is, but the limit's at least like 5 or 6, I think.
That you could
Um,
play in one
that
game.
yeah, I think so. I'd have to double check because I think the most I've played with is 4, but I think it goes higher than that.
Hmm.
And then there's also bots and stuff like that. So if you want, you can allow people to jump in from the internet, or you can set up custom matches. You can have bots in addition to the players you're playing with, and so it's yeah. So like as far as this simple game is concerned, I think they put in the features that you'd want. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's so but as it stands, it's pretty simple. So just to know that up front, but simple
All right.
but super cool and a great game for kids.
Well, we should be talking about that too, because I'm sure a lot of kids will be interested in VR if their parents are have their hands
Yeah.
on them. So
Yep.
awesome, man. Well, this is a fun little episode for Game Talk. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. We hope you had a fantastic Memorial Day weekend, and we will be back with you guys later this week to chat about news and any new developments. So leave a comment. Let us know what you guys are playing, and if there's anything we should check out, and we will go from there. But Ronnie, you have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll chat again soon, man.
All right. You too. Take care.